Hello everyone. So in this video, we're going to put in practice the procedure of converting a regular expression to an FA to convert the regular expression ABB star or A star BB star to an NFA and a DFA. So what I'm going to actually do in this video is I'm going to do the NFA. For the DFA, it's not so obvious how to convert it directly. So you can either try to spend some time converting it directly. And so what I mean by that is you try to study what the language denoted by this regular expression is, and you try to translate that directly to a DFA. Or the other thing you could do is you can convert the NFA to a DFA. In both cases, the approaches aren't the nicest, honestly, and this question is more just to practice the conversion from the regular expression to an NFA. So just make sure you understand that part, I would say. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're first going to build the NFA for ABB star. So what is that going to look like? Well, now I'm going to take a bit of shortcuts, right? So it's going to look like, let's say, A or B or B, right? Then you can either stop here or you can repeat with the empty string and then take an empty string transition to go through ABB again. Okay. So I guess the only really shortcut that I took was I didn't bother doing this transition. Okay, because in this case, the machine to accept ABB has a single final state. And so I just collapsed the machines for B and then the empty string. So normally what you'd have an additional empty string transition here, but I just omitted it just for the sake of simplicity. And let's say instead of having this additional arrow here, what I could also just say is I could just say, well, I accept the empty string straight off the bat, right? I think actually I'm not going to do that way because I'm going to do a union anyways. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to keep all my final states at the end. So I'm going to just say send the acceptance of lambda all the way to this final state, right? So the reason why I did this is because I saw that I'm going to do a union. So when I typically do a union, I want the final states to be all the way at the end of the machine so that I can then join them together to converge towards a single final state, right? So something like this. Because eventually when I do the union, I'm going to have something like this. And so I already have the skeleton for the union, so I might as well just leave it. So the other thing I need to do is I need to build a machine for A star BB star. For A star, I'm just going to build that with a self loop with A. Then I'm going to say that you can transition, you can transition with a B, then you can self loop with a B, and then you can lambda transition to this accept state, right? And so all I need to do now is just create a global start state, say this guy and this guy. And now this is the machine. So this is the machine, well, it's a machine M, such that the language accepted by M is equal to the language denoted by this language, by this regular expression, right? So again, the DFA, you probably don't want to do the conversion algorithm because it's really going to be a pain to do it from a machine like this. So you might want to try to study what the language is and create the DFA directly. But honestly, this was just an exercise to get you um, to make sure you understand this kind of procedure of the mapping between the regular expression or the mapping from the regular expressions to the FAs. Okay, so that about does it.